Germany's opposition political parties are focusing on a campaign issue that's got some traction. Allegations of mismanagement in the Eurohawk drone project. The defense minister has been ordered to appear before a parliamentary committee.
They seem to be saying there's no law against bad government. We didn't pay enough attention to this. Things like this can happen.
Is a minister who does not devote sufficient attention to a major project, either because he can't or he won't, actually in charge of his department?
He knew what was going on and he lied. Why is he still the defense minister?
Thomas de Maizière has a lot of explaining to do. It's clear that he didn't pay as much attention to the Eurohawk project as he should have. He says his staff told him that any problems could be worked out. He's been reluctant to make any inquiries, despite the fact that this is about a €1 billion project. De Maizière denies opposition claims that he lied about the situation.
I regret that on June the 5th I did not express myself more clearly. I still believe that we made the right decision not to go ahead with the procurement of the Eurohawk.
But de Maizière has more on his plate right now than just the Eurohawk debacle. Earlier this year, he got into trouble for claiming that many in the German armed forces were preoccupied with seeking recognition. De Maizière later said that's not what he meant to say.
I made it very clear that we were very disappointed by the minister's remarks. We thought they were inappropriate. I also said that we don't need a schoolmaster who talks down to us. We need someone who will represent the troops.
And then there's de Maizière's comprehensive reform of the German armed forces. The draft has been eliminated, the budget and troop levels have been cut, and dozens of military bases have been closed. Many in the Bundeswehr believe that these reforms are headed in the wrong direction.
Morale in the armed forces is not good right now. There's a lot of stress among our men and women, particularly because they can't plan for the future. They have no idea what's going to happen next.
The troops believe that these reforms will not make the military fit for the future. But de Maizière stubbornly continues to stay his course. We need a new defense minister who can carry out reforms in areas where they are needed most.
De Maizière also faces problems with several armament projects. For example, the A400M transport aircraft was supposed to be deployed in 2009, but there were delays. Now reports say the transport will finally be deployed at the end of next year. The Eurofighter project has been plagued for years by development problems, and that's added billions of euros in extra costs. De Maizière has also cut an order for attack helicopters by 1/4 as part of his effort to reduce costs. But the cost of each individual aircraft has risen, so there hasn't been much of a savings. The parliamentary committee hearing seemed to take a lot out of de Maizière. The opposition was pretty tough on him.
He waffled a lot and seemed annoyed by many of the questions. He changed his stand again and again. I have no idea how he's going to continue to run that ministry.
Confidence in the minister has been irreparably damaged. So has his credibility. But he'll stay in office because Chancellor Merkel doesn't want any more ministers to resign right before the election.
Thomas de Maizière's reputation has taken a real beating over the last couple of months, but it seems he will stay in office for the time being. After all, there is an election coming up.